Welcome back. In this video, we will learn about oceans and its importance. In the chapter Importance of Oceans, Part 3, we have finished two parts and this is the third part. So, in the previous video, we have learned about the areas of the oceans and why do oceans have greater amount of salts in it. Now let us see the next part of the chapter. Oceans and climate. So let us see how oceans affect climate. Look at the table given. The first column tells us the name of the place. Second column is about the country of the place. Third column talks about the maximum temperature of the place. And fourth tells us about the minimum temperature. Now, what would be in the fifth one? It is the range of the temperature, means the difference. So let us fill the fifth column. What do we need to write there? Let us see some calculations first. We need to write the difference between the maximum and the minimum temperature. Means the difference between 5 and 2 is 3 or 4 and 3 is 1. That means 5 minus 2 is equal to 3 and 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. So in this manner, we need to write the difference between those temperatures. So over here, the difference between 18.4 and 8.4 is 10. 18 and 10 is 8. 19 and 9 is 10. 16.3 and 8.3 is 8. 16.2 and 2.2 is 2. 14.7 and 5.2 is 9.5. 30.4, 14.7 is 15.7. So that means that the range of temperature is calculated by deducting the minimum temperature from the maximum temperature. So you must have got an idea that how is the range of temperature calculated. So now let's see the location of these places. Why there is so much of difference in all of these places. Benjen is located a little far from the sea. If you can see the red color one, okay, that is located inside in the interior from the sea. The blue color is the sea. Istanbul is located closer to the sea. You can see Istanbul is right like the coastal area. It is located beside the sea. Madrid. It is located little far from the sea. If you can see the Atlantic Ocean and Madrid, it's far. So Madrid is not a coastal area. It is from the central part. So it is far from the ocean. New York. Now New York is again closer to sea. You can see that the blue color is the oceans and the red color is New York. Denver. Denver is again located far away from the sea. Kabul. Kabul is also little away from the sea. Baghdad. Baghdad is in the interior. So, this must have given you an idea that why the temperature differs in all of these places. Because some of the places are far from the sea and some of the places are near to the sea. So now let us see how the sea or ocean affects the temperature in all of these places. Let us have a look at this. Here it is Mumbai and which is near to the Arabian Sea and Bhopal which is far from the Arabian Sea. So what does this tell? Let us see. Some of these places are far from the sea and some of the places are closer to the sea. So it also tells us that the places which are far away have very hot climate in the daytime and very cold climate in the nighttime. And the places which are near to the sea or ocean have mild climate during the day and night. So why does this happen? Let us see why the places which are closer to the sea have normal temperature, means mild temperature, not very hot, not very cold. But the places which are far away from the sea or ocean have very hot climate during the daytime and very cold climate during the night time. So why does this happen? Let us see. The water which evaporates from the sea, means the water vapor, absorbs the heat present in the air, and thus the air which is hot becomes cool. So the temperature is equable, means remains almost equal during the day and night. Now this happens near the coastal areas, because near the coastal areas the water vapor is present in the air, and because the water vapor is there in the air, there is mild temperature. There is no more heat and no more cold. But if you see the interior, the water vapor is not there because there are no oceans nearby. So there is no evaporation. If there's no evaporation, there is no water vapor. And in that manner, in the interior part where there is no sea or ocean nearby, the water vapor is not present in the air. And that is why the air remains hot during the daytime and cold during the nighttime. But if you see the coastal areas, there also it is hot and cold. But since the water vapor is present in the air, it makes the temperature mild. So this tells us that because of the ocean water, the temperature of the coastal areas is under control. So, this was the first way of how ocean controls the temperature. Let us see the next one. The second way is that the winds which blow all over the planet are called planetary winds. These winds blow over the oceans too. They move the ocean water while moving. The winds which blow from the polar regions are called cold, and winds which blow from the equatorial regions are called hot. So, when the polar winds which blow over the ocean come to the equatorial regions, means the equatorial coastal areas, they become a little cooler. But when the hot winds of equatorial regions move towards the polar regions, they make those coastal areas a little warmer. So, this shows that the ocean controls the temperature of the coastal areas in two ways. First is the evaporation, and second is by winds. From oceans, a huge amount of water vapor is evaporated, and this forms clouds and comes down in form of rains. This you must have studied many times. The rainwater which flows in the river and the river meets the ocean. This means that the water cycle starts from the ocean and ends in the ocean. So, this is one more important factor of the oceans. That's all for now. I hope you must have cleared your concepts. Take care and God bless.